My name's Beth English, and I serve in kids ministry, and I serve at CR Kids Ministry as well. My husband and I have been together since I was 18. I was raised in the church for many years. My grandma would take me to church all the time. His mom would take him to church, but we kind of steered away from church when we got together, not necessarily because we didn't love God, but we just had things in our life that weren't right, and we steered away from God. When we got married, we ended up having Ethan a year later. We struggled with having our children. We never thought about going back to church. We tried a church while I was pregnant, and it didn't really, they didn't help with us going back to church because it just wasn't inviting. My dad got really sick, and so we struggled with that. We ended up taking care of my dad in 2021. He passed away. We were not currently active in church. We didn't even have a church at that time, but Ron and I knew that we did not get through that, or the many struggles that we had by our own. God was present, and He walked us through, even though we weren't in church, going to church. So that Easter, we decided that we were going to go to church, and we started attending Kensington, Marion Naz. We actually were going to church hop just to find where we needed to be. We didn't leave. With us joining downtown, we were nervous because it went from being very small to being very big, and it was intimidating for us, but we feel at home here. It was all about His timing, and He knew that we would surrender. I serve in kids ministry. Sundays, they are just the light. They worship, and they have taught me so much about worship. But what I love is my son is there. It brought us closer. Thursdays are definitely, you see so much, and so much heartbreak. And you see a lot of kids that don't have that person to go to look up to, that mentor to look up to, and that is really a struggle in our community, and it's really hard when you see that and you just want to hug them and hold them tight. So seeing some of them change, and come to Jesus and just really crave that is so rewarding. I have left the Thursday night sometimes saying, man, I don't know if I can come back next week. But God always says it is rewarding, whether you are, you have a challenging night or not. I feel like you do touch those kids in a certain way, just by being present and in their life and being there for them to talk to. I don't think that we would be where we are right now without coming to this church.